And welcome back to the channel, Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and we will be playing today the 4th episode in the return of the requested series of Twilight 2000. So, where did we leave the team? Thank you very much for returning. Get that done straight away. Thank you very much for returning to the view. As requested, we have begun the series 2 to find out what happens to staff and the team as they continue west. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. We hit 1,000 in my time yesterday, I think it was, day before. So thank you so much for your support. It's very much appreciated. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can subscribe. It's just down there. You can do the click and then there's the notification bell. Thank you very much indeed. Also, you can support by becoming a member. That helps us very much, and we're going to start possibly doing some member only content to say thank you very much to the people who have decided to support me with money for the membership, and their names are up there. And with that said and done, let's continue. So where did we leave our team? Last, we were still on the 12th of May. The team had gone, staff had gone with Jacob into the local town of, where are we? Here we go, of Rocklaw, where we had been asking some questions of the people who were living in a sort of shantytown area about the deserters who are further to the south, who we're being requested to deal with. These are possibly the same bandits who Trebonetcha had asked us to protect them against, and staff had decided, no, we need to head west, but we are running low on fuel. And this place up here has said that they have fuel and they will let us have that fuel if we deal with these people who have been causing them problems. So we have been investigating who these people are so as we can find out what level of resources they have, where they're situated, and get some information about them. Now, what did staff found some things out from them, from the people in Rocklaw, that the people here have been doing bad stuff. They have been taking people, and they are doing bad stuff which got staff angry. I'm not going to discuss what that bad stuff is, but I'm sure you can conjure it up in your own minds. There's about 50, they have captives would be the word. There's about 15 military personnel there. We don't have exact information at the moment. We know that they have tents and potentially they have some jeeps or forms of transport. That bit I can't remember, but I think I had that in my head in between. We got this information because we promised these people some weapons and training in how to use weapons. So they didn't have weapons here, and so we promised them weapons, which I guess we're going to get from here once we take this place out. What else happened? We also had a dogfight. Jack took quite a bit of damage from dogs. Now, I was looking up some of the stuff off the back of that for Jack's healing. Now, Toby used from the medical kit. He used some painkillers and some antibiotics from the medical kit. Now, the antibiotics would have given a +3 dice to his actual roll, which means he could have got some healing back. We'll forget that one. But the painkillers that we used automatically relieves 1 point of damage in a shift. Now, you can't use multiple painkillers to relieve multiple stress points in a shift, but you can use it at least once. So that means that Jack will have at least 1 hit point back, which is good because Jack is down 4. So we'll relieve 1 point of damage from Jack. Now, we can also automatically heal 1 point of damage per shift that you are doing nothing but resting, if I remember rightly. And I don't think, maybe medical rolls will, no, I don't think medical rolls assist with that. Let me check. No, I think that's just with critical injuries. I think with just healing from scratches and bruises and things, that is an automatic 1 per shift. And taking painkillers will add a second one. So if you have enough painkillers, of course, we should really make addiction to painkillers rolls. So what we're going to do is we will give Jack a second point back because of healing for this shift, because what we're going to say is that's what he's going to do this shift. Right, anyway, sorry, we're going to do that one, but I've taken it off and I will sort that out afterwards. So, he's had painkillers, he removes 1 for having the painkillers in the last one, so we've done that. Now, Staff and Jacob would have heard the shots as the dogs were attacking, and they will have returned. So we now have the day shift. We'll have Jane keeping watch. What did we have more? So it's cloudy. We need to do our weather roll. I'll run through this, otherwise I forget. I always forget the process if I don't. So we'll do a weather roll. This is in day shift. Day shift, Staff and Jacob will return and ask what's going on. Oh, it started to rain again. Started to rain. They need to come back. Strictly speaking, there is a distance they need to travel. Because of the rain, we'll say the majority of what they're doing is they're just traveling back. Mainly it's across a road, so they're not going to get lost. I'm not going to say they're going to get lost or anything, and they needed to make a roll to get over the bridge because there's lots of stuff on the bridge, but they're clear to come back. Jane is going to keep watch. Jack is going to rest and patch his clothing. Toby, I think somebody's rifle, so the L96 has got damage on it. Was it Jack's M16 that took a load of damage, or was it Toby's weapon that took a load of Jack's M16? Toby's going to do weapon maintenance on. Now I remember someone mentioning this in the past. I think Toby can do weapon maintenance on everyone. Toby's going to do weapon maintenance on his M16 and the L96. But in doing weapons maintenance on the L96 means that if they do get into a situation, Jane will not be able to use the L96 and Toby won't be able to use his M16. But we're going to say weapon maintenance. And Toby will roll for each of the weapons he's doing maintenance. Somebody was saying that they were on charges. I can't remember who you are. If you remember, it's you who said this. I could look back, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Said that they were on charges and they had to do their whole platoons weapon maintenance, including some big old heavy weapons. If it was you, stick a comment down the bottom and say, that was me, and did the whole in one sort of period of time, so the equivalent of a shift. So Toby should definitely be able to clean weapons for the collective. So we'll have Jane is going to keep watch. Jane will use her hunting rifle instead of the L96. She does have Staff's binoculars. She has an intelligence of 8. Wasn't I going to do? I think I was going to give. Oh, Jack's not going to have time to learn. That Jack does have enough experience to get a D in close combat, which might be useful. Shall we say, yeah? So I'm going to give Jack a D in close combat, which gives Jack a D6 and reduces Jack's experience from 6 to 1. Because I believe you just need 5 XP to get the first level. Yep, 5 XP to get a D. And I think it's fair dues to say that in defending himself against those dogs, he's picked up what not to do in close combat. So anyway, Jane has her intelligence of a D8. And Jane has recon of a D8. Jane has the binoculars, which goes to a D10, D10. It's raining. It's starting to rain, which I think is a reduction of 1. So D10, D8 for Jane's watch. No hits. Then we've got Jack is doing resting and patching his clothes up. So Jack's clothes will patched up and we've already done the 1 hit point from that. We've got Staff and Jacob are returning. So we'll just say they're returning during this period of time. You know, they're coming back going, what you lot been up to now, eh? God, I'll leave you for 5 freaking seconds and you get into more dogs. Oh, we got dogs for dinner then. And then we've got Jacob coming back, and I can't really do a Polish accent. I can't really do a funny one either. And then Toby's going to do weapons maintenance. So Toby will do weapons maintenance. Does Toby have tools? Well, Jack has tools, and I do have Toby has tools, but that's not necessarily gun cleaning tools. But I'm going to give Toby, so what's Toby? Toby's got an intelligence of B, which is a D10, and tech of C, which is a D8. It doesn't count as mechanical technical repairs because it is gun maintenance. Oh, Toby's got 2 damage, so Toby will heal 1 doing weapons maintenance. I reckon that counts as resting. You can put in the comments whether you believe it is or not, and I'm wrong. I've also got Jane has got 1 damage left. No, Jane's on watch, so Jane isn't resting. Jane is paying attention to stuff. So we've got D8, D8, and I'm going to give a +1 because we'll say that Jack has tools, Toby has tools, and there's enough time to do maintenance. So what happens is for every hit, we get 1 reliability back on the weapon. First off, we'll do the L96, 2 hits, which puts it back onto 4 reliability because it was on a 3, so now it goes back to a 5. What else do we have that's taken a knock? We have Toby's M16. He will then attempt to do some fixing on his, and he gets 2 hits, taking the reliability of 2 to a 4. So during the day, staff will then return, staff will have a go at them, staff will then inform them and Jane, who's on watch, of what's been going on, and let Jane know. So mainly we'll have staff will talk mainly to Jane and to Jack and focus on them because they're the people he's been working with the longest, and he will deprioritise speaking to Toby and Jacob. Even though Jacob came with, he will deprioritise that. The Bradley is still by the side of the road, possibly. Oh, I don't know, will staff go tonight to go, because it's going to take a while to travel down. It's going to basically, they can either try and get the Bradley in closer to maybe here, and then camouflage there, which means that staff just needs to make a journey across to do a recce of this area and try and find out where they are, and then work out what the camp looks like and then devise some form of battle plan to hit it. Or we have the Bradley stays here and he attempts to move, which is going to give a couple of days there and a couple of days back probably in doing the trek based on two hexes, potentially I think it's 2 or 3 hexes a day you can march. So you can march for two shifts in a day without a problem. If you want to march a 3rd shift, you have to make a stamina roll. And if marching in the rain for anything is a stamina roll. And because we've got the roads and open, it's still going to be, so it'll be 1 shift, 2 shifts, 3 shifts to get within basically a day's journey. So I think our best option is that we rest here tonight, then we will relocate to here, hide the Bradley, and then go and check on what's going on in the camp. So first off, we've got our day shift encounter. Jack of Hearts, the Carnage. It's either a road, a day, and solid camps. An explosion is heard and the PC see a Soviet Jeep hit by a roadside bomb. It's burning and inoperable but can be repaired. Dying Soviet soldiers lie on the road. After a stretch, the marauders who planted the bomb arrive. Okay, so we don't know that bit. All right. Okay. Carnage. All right, so what we have is let's say it's over this side here. Let's say it's here. So because we've got the bridge, which is a bottleneck point, and they said, and we had those two. We had those 2 dudes, those 2 fellas. We've also got, in the evening, we could question that dude. So this is what, right. So we've got this during the day. So staff has got back. Oh, this works nicely. Staff has got back, started to say, what's going on? And as he's having a go at them for like mucking around, down here, there's an explosion. Now, what we didn't know is if we had taken the Bradley over, we'd have triggered an IED. IED, improvised explosive device. And we would have triggered it there. Now, these lot didn't really know that was there. Let's give a percentage chance that one of them has been injured in this. So black, one has been injured. Red, they're all cool. Black. So someone in their group got injured by this explosion going off. There was some shrapnel that flew out or something. We've got that. That's gone off. There's a Jeep that's blown up over here. Staff will snatch Jane's binoculars, or his binoculars back, and he will look down and he will see that there is a UAZ 469 Jeep. Let's show you what that looks like. And I might be able to throw, so I'll show you on the thing, but I'll probably throw an image up as well. All right, it's standard Jeep. That, he can see that has gone up, that there are, it says PCs times 1 dead, PCs times 1 dying. That's a lot of people in a Jeep. All right, so it's roadside bomb, it's burning. Jane, it will stay where Jane is. So Jane was already on watch and didn't see that happening. And I reckon this is going to be probably our evening bit. So Jack is injured, Jack can't do this. So Toby, Jacob and Staff are going to head over here and sort of leg it down. Toby definitely, because Toby's got the med kit, and attempt to, now we've got this dude underneath, because there's a guy underneath the truck as well, which I completely forgot about during that dogfight. That the dogs might have gone for him as well, but I completely forgot he was down there. So they will leg it down to here. So Staff will go, get the med kit, come on. And they're going to leg down to this bit here, where we'll say that there's, well, I don't know, that's a lot. If there's PC times 1 dying, that's like 5 people dying in one Jeep. That's a bit much. So let's say there's a Soviet person. There's a Soviet soldier. They are on this chart here. For Soviet, we've got soldier, officer, special forces, intelligence. So D4. We haven't got D4, so D8 divided by 2. 6 would be 3. So special forces. So there's someone wearing a non-standard uniform. So within the Jeep, there was a couple of people driving the Jeep, standard uniform, 2 people in the back. 50-50, he's an officer. 1 to 4? No. Standard person, and he's got a critical injury. So we'll say, where's the injury? One of these dice and a D10 will give us a quick answer to where the critical injuries. Torso, a 3. He's got a cracked pelvis and head, and a 7, and brain hemorrhage. All right, this is lethal. So cracked pelvis, no. Brain hemorrhage, lethal. Time limit stretch. Okay, so Toby's going to get in. Toby, they're going to rush down there. They drag the special forces officer away from the truck, which is on fire. After a stretch the road. Okay, cool. There's all right. Sorry, just checking time. We've got enough time for this. Okay, so there's going to be so it's burning. So Toby's first off going to make a medical roll. Toby is going to use the painkillers, help the dude out. Antibiotics, which gives him a +2. Plus, he gets a +2 from the med kit. So Toby has a D8, +2 for the med kit, D10, +2 because he's going to use up the limited supply of antibiotics, D12. He needs to get hits basically to save his life. 3 hits. Okay, 3 hits. So he saves the Soviet officer's life, but the Soviet officer is going to take, he's unconscious, it's going to take 3d6 heal time. So a total of 12 days is going to take the Soviet officer 12 days to heal. We've got the people who are injured in the camp as well. So Jane is at the top, so possibly we've got the evening shift. Now the evening shift is where we're going to have this happen, and a 2D PC times 2 in number armed with AKMs are going to turn up. So that's 2 PC, so that's 10. So basically, so that's 10's a bit much. I reckon 8. So if there's 15 people in that camp, 2 of them are gone because we've got one of them. That's 13. So they would have heard the explosion from down that way maybe, or they've got someone keeping watch. 8 of them are going to come up and investigate to basically try and see what they can salvage from the wreckage and see what's been going on, and particularly because those 2 geezers didn't turn up who planted this, we're assuming they planted this, they will come during this period of time. So we've got our Soviet officer. Sorry, he's not an officer, he's just the special forces, and he is unconscious but he is alive. So he's got 12 days, so that's our... Now, we now have got our next one, which is our evening shift. Now this is where... Now we're not going to move the vehicles. We could move the vehicle closer, but we won't because we don't know they're coming. Our plan was to hide the vehicle and rest here, and then move the vehicle closer tomorrow. There's dead people. Staff's going to talk to those people in the town and say, is there any more information they can give? Let's see. So we've still got, the Joker, the heart Joker is already out. Hearts, so maybe they can say that they will give some information. What can they say that we weren't too sure about? Let's roll on our further elements. Let's roll a descriptor, which is, sorry, it's not a roll, is it? This is all cards. Descriptor, which is just not the face, but so it's a 3. Broken. Okay, so the reason they know that they've been taken captives is that it's someone's daughter in that settlement was taken, and that person went to try and get her back and never came back. Then that's the broken. That's all they're going to say. So basically just creates a worse picture of them. So we will have, during the evening shift, if I remember rightly, to do the camouflaging of a camp and build the camp, it's a survival roll and a recon roll to build a camp and hide it, which is what we're going to do. Is we're going to try and make the staff is going to try and make the Bradley so it's okay to sleep in, which is setting camp, but we're going to get hit. So we need making camp. When the journey day is over, time to make camp. Okay, survival roll to make the camp, and hide the camp is a recon roll. So we're going to attempt to. So staff is going to make camp. Jane is on watch. Jack is going to help Jane on watch, which will then give Jane a +1. Jacob. Is Jacob or Toby? Neither Jacob nor Toby would have any experience in questioning the dude. Who's got a survival that could do this apart from, well, Jane does. I think it's just Staff. Staff's the only one who can do that. Maybe Jacob is going to sleep because then he can go and watch tonight, and Toby will sleep because then those two can stay up to watch tonight. But this says, after a stretch, the marauders who planted the bomb arrive. So it's not a shift, that's a stretch. Now, how long is a stretch? A stretch is 10-15 minutes, so a stretch is shorter than a shift. But I think it's too far to travel in a stretch, so we're going to call it during this next shift. So during the evening shift, as they're getting ready, they were going to hit, and we'll do a skirmish, but I'm going to use... So what I've decided is I'm going to try using during series 2. Let's see if it works. I had to play myself, but I never did it on screen. I'm going to try using the maps and the counters that comes with the Twilight 2000 base set, and we'll see if that works. Because it might be quicker to do than setting up a skirmish with models, though I still have the models. And if we do a big, massive skirmish, I'll use models like we did at the end of series 1 because it looks good. But if there's more players, then potentially the Theatre of the Mind can easily handle, such as 8. We'll instead do, we'll use this. So instead of doing the skirmish, we'll use this instead of Theatre of the Mind. We'll see if it works. But first off, we'll have Jane is going to be on watch, which is D10, D10, which is D12, D10 because of the binoculars. Let's see if it's raining during this sit or it stops raining. So we'll say it stopped raining because I believe it's after a shift of rain. Rain only lasts one shift. After a shift of rain, the weather automatically shifts to cloudy. So because it rained last, we've got cloudy, which I wasn't doing last time. We had days and days of rain. So we've got Jane. Come on, Jane, we need high. 2 hits will do. Then Staff is going to attempt to do Camp, which is going to be a survival roll, which is a D12, D8. 2 hits. 2 hit Camp means that they can, the Bradley's set up so they can sleep. And then we've got, is it Hidden, which is a recon roll, which is a D12, D10. Which is 3 hits. Right. So basically, Staff has hidden the Bradley by the side of the road where I marked it, what's shown on the map. So the Bradley is hidden from view. Jane has got 2 hits on watch, so we will have the Marauders coming up and doing an investigation of the area. We will notice them, but they won't notice us, which might give us the opportunity to drive the Bradley into, basically catch them unawares, hopefully, to ambush their ambush. Then Toby and Jacob and Toby are sleeping, but we won't give them healing for this bit because they will be interrupted by 8 individuals. So Jane will say, let's give them a recon roll because it's evening time. So it's only getting to twilight. It's not night and dark yet. We'll say that they are US soldier types. They have an agility of B. No, so it's recon, isn't it? So it's intelligence. They have intelligence of C, which is a D8. And they have recon of C, which is a D8. So they're going to attempt to sneak up. They get no hits. There's 8 of them. They're obvious. They're sneaking up to that junction point. Let's see. Let's grab some of the maps from the box set and see if one of these maps. I'll show them on the little camera. Oh, that one might work. So we have these type of maps. I'll show you. That's the one I was going to use for the camp. It's a road. It's them coming along a road. We could use this and we could have them coming along and then we will come from the other direction and attempt to catch them. This would just be sort of, or we could use a crossroads, but I think that one there, if we're saying that they're coming down to this part here, which is where it was, we'll just use the straight piece of road. So this piece of road here, we'll say. Okay, so I'll use this map, which I'll probably put up there and see if we can show the dice down there and the map up there. I think that'll work. I think that's where it is on the screen that you're looking at. And so what we'll have is we'll use this here. We will say that this is the Jeep that blew up, and we will have red counters. So I've got 8 red counters. They are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're going to come right over this way. They will be the Marauders who are coming in to investigate. And then we have had Jane check out. So we can say that they came in a Jeep, which they drop off back here. So there's a vehicle, there is a Jeep. So one of the things that we weren't too sure about of Jeep, so at least they have one. They have kicked out some people. We'll put them over. So each one of these hexes counts as 10 meters, a 10-meter hex. So a few of them are going to move supporting each other and they're going to investigate the wreckage. Now this is where we need to, so they're going to slowly move up investigating the wreckage. Now we have seen the Jeep come up and park, and our people will have moved from where we have the Bradley. Now we can cover, now if we get in the Bradley and drive the Bradley up, so it's only this sector here. So they are in this section here, just on the other side of the bridge. The wreckage of Rocklaw is over here, the ruined city. That I'll see if I can put that photo up again. They're they're in this part section here. They've come up and they're attempting to go. So this part here is this part here of that map, and then we're coming this way, so the bridge is over here. Now we're on the other side of the bridge, so we've got a distance. That I'm assuming is these are big, so we're on the edge, they're on the edge. We've still got to clear it. So let's say that they will be investigating as we hit them, which means that they will hear the Bradley coming and probably wonder what it is. Toby's going to have to make a driving roll to make it there, so we could have, but then it's faster. Oh, I don't know if this works logistically, but I just want to do it. Okay, so what we're going to say is we're going to see if Toby can make a driving roll, then Toby can get us across there. And if Toby gets us across there, then we'll bring us on this side of the map in the Bradley and have us engage them. And we'll see how that flows. So first off, we need Toby. We desperately need Toby to make a driving roll to allow us to have this, because otherwise, I don't know if it works really. I mean, we can fake things, but Twilight 2000 is about trying to stay accurate to stuff. So what do we have? Toby's got a D10 for driving. Though it's also nighttime and the lights are going to be off, so I'm going to drop that down to D8. That sounds reasonable, doesn't it? Right, he needs at least a hit for us to say that it works. He needs at least a hit. Right, 1 hit. We could push it and try and get 2 hits, and then we can say if we push it. So what is this? So this counts as a driving roll, which is a physical thing. So he will create physical stress. So we're going to attempt to push this to get another hit. If we can get a second hit, then we will say that they're definitely in there and they don't have. So we'll move these around here so they've actually started investigating it. And maybe they've even started scavenging stuff from here, which is why they're still there. And if Toby can get another hit, well, then we'll definitely bring them in. Yes! All right, so we've got 2 hits. Toby has brought in, so we'll say that these have come down and they're starting to do the investigating of this bit here. They're starting to see if there's any resources, and we'll say that a few of these are covering. Let's do him further down the road. Though the thing said they've got AKMs, we will say that they have M16s. Now we're going to bring us in, so maybe that's too far. What's that? So that's 10, 20. He's gone further down the road. We'll bring us in. He'll see them coming down. We'll make him make a recon roll. If he fails the recon roll, then he doesn't notice them coming down because we've got 2 hits there. So he needs to make a recon roll. Otherwise, he will come back and then they will know they're coming. So that's a D8. 1 hit. 1 hit does not beat the 2 hits that Toby got. So, yeah, all right. Yeah. But we won't say that they ambush. So the Bradley comes in. What's that? It's 10, 20, 30. That's fine. We'll bring it into the edge. And that's when that we'll say that we'll start to reacting. We'll do rolls. We'll say that Jacob is on the M240. And we've got Jane is going to be ready to come up the top, but they're going to have to stop first. So that's going to be initiative rolls. And we'll have Staff and Jack are ready to come out the back. Toby is driving. So we'll have Toby needs to make a driving roll. So Toby will have to go first within the group to stop and allow them to disembark for the ones who are disembarking. Otherwise, we've still got Jacob and Jane, but that Jane will be at massive disadvantage for her shot. This is taking into account that they go first anyway. So we will do initiatives. We will have, I don't know whether we have individual initiatives in between everyone or just collective. So we're doing initiative for the Marauders and then initiative for the group at this point until we are going more individual. But I think it will just do 2 initiatives. So for the Marauders on a 3, the group on an 8. Okay, so the Marauders get to go first. We will have, so I think it's a roll for a square, so a roll to move, they're going to probably want to backtrack up to here at the moment because they don't know what's going on. So they are going to do, I'm going to do a stamina roll, no, a mobility roll. Yeah, we'll do a mobility roll, and if they make the mobility roll, we will have them be able to move up, which is a D10 for agility, and we'll give them a mobility of a C, which is a D8. One hit, so they can move two hexes. So they move there. These lot are going to move back because they don't know what this Bradley is. Oh, maybe would they? Yeah, they're going to move back. These will move back. That's one, and they get another one because they did it again, and another one because they did it again. He's gonna come back into here and try and get cover, and this one who's out on their own is just going to back up. So now we will use these things and we'll give people cover. So this dude has cover from here, this dude has cover from here, this dude has no cover, this dude will have light cover, these ones will have light cover because they're in the trees, and these will have light cover here. I think this works okay. Hopefully you can see, yeah, you can see that from there. I can see that you can see that. So that was them. Now we've got the team, which goes on a 3. We will have Toby making a driving roll. We will see if Toby can get them a bit closer, and then if he succeeds, we'll use 1 success to move them a bit closer, and 2 successes will allow them to disembark. 3 successes. Okay, so Toby comes down the road, and then everyone can disembark at this point. That's Toby. We will have, I said that Jacob, who has a machine gunner, Jacob is up on the Bradley has an M240, so Toby will be up on the M240. Jacob will be up on the M240, which I've got written somewhere, or somewhere is in this book. M240B. Okay, rate of fire of 4, damage of 3, crit of 4, range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Jacob is going to strike this one here, which would be the vehicle has moved, which I think would be a -2. But first off, we'll go. So it's a D10, D8 plus 1 being a D10, 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 D10. It is evening, so I'm going to drop it by 1 D8, and it was moving, so D8. Jacob rather, is going to use the rate of fire of 4. How many rounds does this thing have? Might go 100, which is 3 dice. And Jacob, who is in the Bradley, is at the top, and he's going to attempt to shoot at this dude at the front here, who is out in the open. Missing. So he is going to attempt to push that, which means we roll everything apart from this one. Getting 1 hit, but the M240 takes 1 reliability damage. So expending 9 rounds, doing 1 hit on that dude, which would be 3 points of damage. So he gets hit. He needs to make a coolness under fire. So that's number 3. So what I've done is, 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. I've done that. Let's just do it easily. He needs to make a coolness under fire roll, and so he's only in that square. So it's just him, which is a C, which is a D8, which fails, which means he goes down to the ground to seek cover. Then we will have Jane will come up the top. Jane is going to come out the top, which we will say is Jane's fast action, and then Jane is or is that unfair? I've got a funny feeling that is unfair, and that Jane is the equivalent of disembarking, which is entering and exiting a vehicle, which is a slow action. So Jane is going to technically exit the vehicle at the top. So what have we got, Jane? So we can go, Jacob is number 4 and Jane is number 2. So they are visible. They would have partial cover. So full cover is a -3, which is what these get. So -3 to hit these. These, I think, with partial cover, and I can't remember what that is, but let's say it's a -2. And then we will have Jack will exit the vehicle at the back, and Staff, number 1, will exit the vehicle at the back. So they both have partial cover as well at the moment. Oh no, they have full cover at the moment, don't they? As they come the back there. I think this might work. I don't know if it works or not. You'll have to tell me if it's working or not. We'll quickly try and plow our way through here. So that dude's down. So we're back to the top. So this dude. So we've got what do we have? I think these two are going to open up on the one sticking the top, and they are going to also attempt to. So as a fast action, run. So these are going to attempt to run backwards. So they're going to make their mobility roll, which I believe I said was a D8, D8. 2 hits, so they get to go 2 hexes, and they are going to attempt to shoot at 4, and 4 is Jacob. And so we've got 2 here. They have a D10, D8, D10, D8. M16s, which has a rate of fire of 5, but they've moved, so that goes D8, D8. It's a quick shot, so that goes D8, D6. What sort of range is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, and the M16 has a range of 5. So that means that they are in medium range, which is -1. So that's a D6, D6. So these 2 will be shooting. Those 3 are going to do the same thing if they make their roll, but they've still got the same times to hit, but they'll be going for Jane. So these 2 are going for Jacob, who has soft armor, but I think that will just will count as being armor. And we'll give him an armor level of 1. 1 hit. So he takes 1 hit from one dude, doing M16, doing 2 damage, doing 1 damage to hit, well, it's not going to be legs, is it? To his arms, doing 1 damage. So Jacob takes 1 damage from one dude, and then the next one, so that's 5, 10, 15. He's going to need to reload. And the next one next to him, meaning that Jacob needs to make 2 CFU rolls, doing 4, 10, 15, 19, and that's number 7. And then Jacob needs to make 2 CFU rolls, CUF rolls, which is a D8, which is 2D8. D8, D8. He succeeds. So, 2. He fails. Oh no, I think 1 success is enough. So he just succeeds. I think 1 is enough. Then these 2 need to make they fail, so they just get to move 1 square. And then those 3 get the same shot, which was a D6, D6. And 5, but there's 3 of them, and they're attempting to shoot, I think that's a D6, D6, at Jane. No hits. No hits. 1 hit. So Jane takes 1 shot in the, it wouldn't be legs, it would be middle, in her torso. She has flak, which means it does 1 point damage. Oh, also because of where she is on top of the Bradley. So she's taken 2 hits so far. What's her So strength is a B. Oh, which is gives us 6. Okay, so that's them. These two are going to stay stationary and they're going to attempt to shoot as well. They will also try and shoot at Jane, but they will have, so this one will shoot at Jane, but they will have a D8, D6. So at Jane, 1 hit again, +1, so doing 2, so that would be doing 3 points of damage, reduced by 1, doing 2 points of damage. Jane is also going to need to make a CUF roll. So doing 2 points of damage. Jane's he's being peppered with shot at the moment. They're going to have to take some of these down. And then the other one on the other side would be shooting at missing. But both need to make a CUF roll. Jane is a D8, D8, and no, that'd be it. Oh no, and Jane, no, just Jane. Jane is a D8, D8, D8. Jane gets a hit, so Jane's fine. All right, so that was them, and he is attempting to just recover. Now we have our lot. Jane is going to get to shoot. Jane is going to shoot at, let's see, this one over here, this one over here that shot at her, which counts as a minus. So Jane, basically with everything added up, Jane is a +1. So Jane is D12, D10, +1 is D12, D12. Jane is doing a slow aim, so it doesn't get the minus. Oh, they all got -1 for quick aim as well. -1 for taking her fast action to aim. She's not really elevated, but she is within 10 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 for her hunting rifle. Although we could say she's got the L96. The L96 is 12 range, and the L96 does more damage. So all she needs is a hit and the dude's out. So she's in range. She's got there. The vehicle is stationary, so he's still on D12, D12. The dude is in heavy cover, so that's -3. So that goes down to a D10, D8. D10, D8. She is going to attempt to shoot this dude here. 2 hits, that dude's out. So the bullet goes, even clipping the side of the vehicle, takes him. We can roll. That's all right. It's doing 4 points of damage in the torso. So we take 1 point of damage off because of his flak vest. It still pierces the flak vest. The crit is a 3. 3 points goes through. He gets that pierces his lung, ricochets around inside the Kevlar vest a bit, and the dude is out. Okay, this dude will need to make a cornice under fire round if he survives. Jacob gets to do his shot with the M240. Jacob's machine gunner. Jacob is a D12, D10 going to, oh no, that's Jane. Here we go. D10, D10. The M240 has a range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So he's in range. Let's take this one down. Oh, he's going to go for this one. To here, we've got rate of fire of 3. D10, D10, I said. D10, D10. He's using this fast action to aim. Guy is out in the open, and we said there was no rain, and it's still evening time. We could give him -1 for dusk, but we're not going to. So he does a burst into that guy at the front. 2 hits and 2 of these. There's no one really next to him. If we'd have shot at one of these, we could have hit multiple people because we're in that bit there. So that's where he might need to do that next time. But we're going to say 2 hits is going to do 3. So he's done 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. No matter what we roll, this dude is now out. Then we have Staff we can say has got Jane's hunting rifle. The hunting rifle has a range of 10, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Staff is got a long range, and Staff is going to try and hit here. Or Staff could run up. Nah, he could have used the M16 and run up. He uses his fast action to run up. And then see, now he's a sniper, isn't he? So he's going to use that. So 10, so he is in medium range, which is -1. So Staff is D10, D10, +1 for sniper, D12, D10, -1 for medium range, D10, D10. He's using his quick to do an aim. So we're on a D10, D10, shooting into this pack here. If one goes down, which could do because he's got a damage of 3. If one goes down, then they all make corners under fire rolls. One hit, which is 3 points. So it's not a crit because it needs a 4 for that. But depending on where we hit this dude, he could push and try and get. Okay, he's going to push. He's going to push and try and get a hit on this one. Ooh. Yes. Okay. So that does 4 points of damage. Torso, which then goes to 3 points of damage, but we're going to say we'll put him out. We'll put one of these out, hunting rifle, and the other lots have to make a cornice under fire roll, which was a D8, D8 if I remember rightly. They succeed very much. Okay, so these lot are all okay. And then we've got Jack. And Jack is going to... Jack's got an M16, hasn't he? Are we Jack? Yeah. Alright, Jack's not really best at shooting. So Jack is going to attempt to move up as far as he can because he's only got a range of 5. So he wants to close the distance maybe with this one. So Jack needs to make a maneuverability roll, which is D10, D6. He gets to move 1 square +1 for each hit, so he gets to move two hexes. So 1, 2. He's no longer under cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5, 6. I'm going to give it to him. He's run up and he's going to try and shoot that dude, though he is under cover, heavy cover. So Jack gets a D10, D8. Which would be a D6, D6. And he ran, so really that's just a D6. But he's going to do empty the M16, which is this. He is going to push that. But he does get 3, so he does get 3 of these, which means that the guy definitely is putting his head down. We've got 3 of them. I don't know what 3 does. It doesn't hit, but he doesn't do any damage. But he's done 6, 12, 18, 22, 25. Wow. He's really emptied this. And he needs to make a cornice under fire. And he passes. Okay, so he's fine. They're fine. They're fine. Toby is going to exit the vehicle. Toby is going to exit the vehicle on his turn and see what Toby can do to help out. But he's not going to get to attack this turn. So we have, back to the top, we have these. These are going to attempt to, these lot are definitely going to attempt to see if they can get back. D8, D8. Otherwise they're just moving 1 hex. They just move 1 hex, so they come back. These again, D8, D8. They move 1. Then these are going to try and shoot, so they are at long range. So what did they have? They've got, this is going to be long. They've got soldiers, so their agility is a B. And then we've got close combat we've got range combat is a C. They get 5 dice because they're opening up. There's probably not a lot left there. We're -2, no, -1 for medium range, D8, D8. They moved, which is that which goes to D6, D6. So they've got so both of these are going to have D6, D6. This one is covering their retreat. So D6, 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 D6. We've got 2 people shooting across. Because of here, we'll say that they're going for Jane. Missing. And missing, and we'll say that next turn they need to reload. How are we going to make that? How are we going to say? Let's say that means they need to reload. And then we've got these will be shooting across at these 2. So number 1, which is Staff. No, number 1 is Jack. So Jack, that was meant to be Staff. So that's now going to be Jack. So number 1 at the front is Jack, and we've got Toby at the back. So they're going to go shooting across these 2. We've got 2 of them. So the first one, say against Jack, missing. But Jack needs to make a cornice under fire roll, and the next one, missing. So Jack needs to make a cornice under fire roll, which I think is a D10, D8 for Jack. Failing, so Jack dives to the ground to keep his head down as the shots are coming flying. This dude here is probably, let's say, 1 to 4 is Jane. Jane. This one here is going to attempt to do a shot on Jane. Now that one is stationary, so I'll total this properly. So we've got a D10, D8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, medium range, D8, D8, bursting, 5. They'll all have to reload next round. At Jane. Hitting, doing our Jane is going to get hit in the head, which would take 1 point down. I think Jane isn't critical, but Jane is knocked unconscious by the ricochet. So it's not a critical hit because it reduces it down, and it's not a critical for the weapon because that's 4 points to hit a critical. For an M16, you need to reach 4. Is that right? Oh no, it's doing 2 points of damage. So we've got 2, 3 points, dropping down to 2 points, but she only had 2 points left anyway. So it doesn't do 3 points, it does 2 points, but critical is 3 points. So that is a critical, but the helm drops it, Kevlar helmet drops it down. The Kevlar helmet survives it, but Jane goes unconscious. So the bullet hits, there's a ricochet, and Jane goes unconscious. That's this dude has done that. That's them. Now we have our people. Jane is out. Let's see, Staff is going to fire at these again. Toby is going to come round. Jacob is going to shoot at this dude. So, or maybe Jacob will shoot here. Jacob is going to shoot into this crowd here. Toby is going to shoot at this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Toby first. Toby's going to attempt to do a maneuverability roll to run up. And then, Toby has enough, just a D10. No, so Toby just moves up into the same place where Jack is on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll say that's about the same. Toby is going to attempt to shoot. Toby's not that great. D10, D8, D10, D8. Toby didn't shoot, so that goes D6, D8. The guy's in cover, which drops it by 3, which would go to D, which is basically a D6 because it's the lowest you can get. And then Toby opens up, attempting to hit this dude here. Come on. Toby pushes. Hits. Oh man, look at that. Toby hits. That does 2 points, 3, 4, 5 points in the guy's chest, which drops it by 1. Which is till 2, 3, 4. The critical, as I said, was 3 for an M16. So Toby runs up because of Jane going down, starts screaming and shouting, opens up into this guy who's behind the armor, the wreckage of this Jeep, peppers the guy, meaning that Toby is going to need to reload and opening up into there. Now we'll have Jack. Jack is on the top here with the M240, and Jacob is going to empty into this here. The M240 has got our rate of fire of 3. It's got a range of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be medium range, which will drop him by 1 automatically. He is aiming, so that's fine. They're not in full cover, they're not prone. They are moving, so it drops by 1 again. So he's got a reduction of 2. He is a machine gunner, which is a D10, D10, which drops into a D8, D8. D8, D8, and he's opening up, so that's a rate of fire of 3. If he pushes, even if he pushes, that's not great, because he will take 1 damage and the weapon's going to take 2 damage, but he pushes anyway. So he fails the push, the weapon takes 3 damage, he takes 1 damage. So we will say, because that wasn't so it's not a jam, but the M240 is going to take 3 points, reducing it to a reliability of 1. And a round catches, doing 1 point of damage to Jacob. So what have we got left? So we have Jackie's going to stand up, so that's Jack's. Jackie's relieved from that. And then we have Staff is going to do a shot over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The hunting rifle is a range of 10, so that's a medium range shot. So that's -1 on them, which would that says D12, D12, -1, D12, D10, 10, D12, D10. It's a single shot. I don't think there's any other minuses that come off of that. D12, D10, as Staff takes a shot at these who are running. Well, let's take him down. No, we'll leave it at that. D12, D10, as Staff takes a shot at them. Doing 1 hit, Staff is going to push it to try and get a second hit to get a kill. A second hit. Okay, we're going to say that's a kill on one of these dudes who comes down. We've got these haven't been shot at, so they're all right, but he needs to make a coolness under fire check. Failing, so he goes down, covering the ground. Jane is still out. The vehicle's a bit far away, so we've got M240, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Staff could jump up at the top, get the L96, which is a shot for there. Nah, next round. Okay, anyway. Next round, back to the top. We've got them. They are going to attempt to get into the vehicle and get away, which means they need to make a mobility roll. I can't remember what their mobility is, but I'm going to say it's a D8, D8. They get 1 hit. So they move 1 square and the second square. So this is their fast action, and they take a slow action. They're attempting to get into that vehicle. So they're in that vehicle, thus they're under heavy cover. This dude is recovering at this point. So he recovers, which might, I think it's the whole of his action to stand up. So he still needs to reload. No one's there. We're down to the last 2. These look like they're going to get away, which means that camp is going to have people left over. This is going to be a long one. I do apologise. We will have... He's on the ground. Is he on the ground? No, he recovers, so he's standing up and he's about to get away at this point. Staff will take a shot at him, which was D10, D8. What did I say? D10, D8? 1 hit, which will put him... He's already been injured, I think. I think that puts him down, or that injures him. That will injure him. So number 4, we will say that will do 3 points of injury to him. If it's in the leg, we'll put him down. No, torso. So he's fine, but he's been hit. He needs to make a coolness under fire check again. He fails, so he goes down anyway. Then we've got Jack is gonna attempt to make a mobility roll to see if he can get up close enough. D10, D6. D10, D6. Nope. So Jack just moves up 1 square, and then Jack is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's long range. I'm going to give him a D6 because that's the lowest you can go. And he is going, no, he needs to reload. So he needs to make, if he makes a hit on his ranged combat, which is a D10, D8, then he can reload as a fast action, which means he couldn't have moved, which will move him back, reloads as a fast action, and then he gets a shot. He reloads as a fast action. He's going to get a D6 and 5 rounds to shoot into this vehicle. I don't know how it will work for damage, but we'll say, so fails, we'll keep that one. He's going to push. He gets a hit on the vehicle, and that doing 3 points of damage. Where's that Jeep? The Jeep has front armor of 1, which means that 3 points go through, which means that 2 points go through, which means because points have gone through, we will roll on the component damage table because it did penetrate. So we roll a D10, a 4, ammunition, no, suspension. So if the suspension, each point of damage will reduce the reliability vehicle of the vehicle by 1. Okay, so it's taken, what did I say, 4 points, so 3 points, 3 points, did I say 3 points? Its reliability was 5, so its reliability goes down to 3. If the reliability drops down to 0, it can't go anywhere. Then, so staff, so he's there, he reloaded. And we've got Toby. Toby is going to roll Toby's maneuverability. Can't remember what it was, but we'll do this. He got a 1. So Toby gets to move 2 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's still at medium range. We're going to say here's a D6 as well. He will attempt to shoot at it. He gets a miss. He will attempt to push. This is going to knacker his M16, I'm pretty sure. What's his M16 at? No, it's M16 is a reliability of 4, so it's all right at the moment. It drops by 3, but they need to make a cornice under fire check. They fail, so they will not be able to actually drive away. But Toby's M16 is down to a reliability of 1. It's almost broken. He really is treating that weapon badly. Then we've got Staff, and we've got Jacob. Jacob on the top with the M240. M240 has only got a reliability of 1 left as well. It's got a range of 8, so it's got a long range damage. It was a D8, D8, so I think this goes down to a D8, D6, if I remember rightly. If I'm wrong, I do apologise. 3 rounds left. Jacob is going to attempt to open up into this vehicle here, into the Jeep. Missing, and so we will say that Jacob will attempt to push that, getting 1 hit. So the weapon is going to get damaged, so the M240 is out of action, but it does 4 points of damage, which would be 1 point would penetrate, so 3 points of damage goes through and hits it in the 9. Commander. The commander of the vehicle is hit by the attack. Resolve the attack normally, including hit location and any critical injury. Any excess damage beyond the crit level, the weapon continues to hit another component. So the M240's crit is on 4, so he takes 3 points of damage. So the commander takes 3 points of damage, and that's all. Which we'll say is number 8. Takes 3 points damage. So the bullet goes through the windscreen and hits him. Nothing else keeps going through. So that's that, and then we've got Staff. I think Staff doesn't really have a shot on, there's the Jeep there, sorry. Staff doesn't really have a shot on the Jeep and the people in the Jeep where Staff is, which is here, unless Staff moves, and then Staff can have a shot on the Jeep, but it's not really going to do much if Staff shoots the Jeep. I mean, we really want these not to get away. If they get away, then that screws us over. All right, Staff is going to stay where he is, and Staff is going to attempt to shoot the person who's in the driver's seat. So not the commander, but or we could say the commander. No, there is the driver. So Staff is going to attempt to shoot the driver. So Staff is going to do a cold shot at range and attempt to shoot the driver. So Staff starts with a D12, D12. So then we have the range. With a long range, it's medium range, which drops it down to a D10, D12. It's a cold shot, -2, which would go to a D10, D8. They're not moving yet. They're not in full cover. D12, D8 for a shot from the hunting rifle. I think that's okay to try and take the driver out. So he's going to try and shoot the driver. 2 hits. Okay, I'm going to say 2 hits. It's a cold shot, so he's going for the head. What was the cold shot? -2. Yeah, we did that. They're not in full cover. They're not prone. They weren't defenseless. It's long range. We took that into account. He's done his quick action, which is a shot. So he's shot the driver. 2 hits, shoots the driver, which is a 3 +1, which is a 4, which we'll say is a headshot, which means that we'll take the driver out. So the passenger or the commander is still sitting there, and the driver is down. We've got this dude, he's down. This dude is down. So the cornice under fire for that. So their turn is recovering from cornice under fire. I think we'll give our lot 1 roll each. Then we'll say Toby goes to look after Jane. In fact, what we'll do that is we'll do that next session, because this is going to be an hour and a half odd because of this combat. So clearly this takes longer than Theatre of the Mind, and I'm leaning towards Theatre of the Mind and faster combats. So we'll do a right roll for everyone. We'll just say that Jack didn't reload. Jack did reload. So Jack will get a shot. So we've got a D6 and then a burst against the guy in the Jeep. Doing that, he's going to push. No. So, but he does get a cornice on the firearm, goes down, and the weapon will take 1 damage. We'll say that Toby does the same thing. Toby gets a hit plus a 1. I'm just going to say that takes this dude out. That this dude, who's either going to be undercover as they slowly move up, like going to be cornice on the fire as they slowly move up, and then take. Well, let's give him a cornice on the fire check. No. So as they slowly move up, and then they deal with him. They've already got someone back there, and then we've got this guy here, which Staff, because of Jane going down, Staff is going to take a shot at. What did I say that guy? Let's say D10, D8. That sounds, because he's down as well. 2 hits. 2 hits. That guy goes out as well. So we'll wrap that up, and we'll say that what happens is that we will then go over. Their Jeep has taken some damage, but he still is functional. I'll make these as notes, and we'll deal with this next session. Jeep, 3 reliability, but okay. So we might be able to siphon fuel out of the Jeep. Weapons for 8, so 8 M16s, and those are the weapons that we can give back to the people in the town, and then we can repay that promise. And we're at night, and we need to do Toby heal roll for Jane. All right. We'll end at that. Sorry that was a very long one. If you stay till the end of that, thank you very much. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, can you subscribe? I'm going to quickly do this end bit so as I can wrap you up, and then you can all go about your time. Thank you very much for watching until the end. Sorry it was so long. I'm not too sure about the experiment. Put down in things below whether you think that works or not. I think Theatre of the Mind possibly might work better. And we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time for more Twilight 2000 fun. See ya.